Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Fans observed that Jeffrey Dean Morgan was unusually skinny in last night's Destination X premiere. However, this surprised everyone and made them concerned about him. Jeffrey has disclosed why he appeared so slim and what he did to get there. There is a lot to learn and discover about this. Keep reading to learn more about the problem. Destination X, a new reality television show, began last night. Fans are delighted about this. Jeffrey Dean Morgan hosts the new show. There are some celebs and some ordinary individuals in the mix. However, they are left off somewhere in the world and must figure out where they are. They do receive clues and see various portions. However, this is tough to accomplish. Fans will get to see some of their favorite reality stars on the show. Josh from Big Brother was the first person eliminated, and viewers weren't too unhappy about it. There is much more to come on the new show. He had tuberculosis consumption. So I went there and was probably around 175. I left when I was around 130. I ate a can of tuna fish every day. I did it in the most harmful way imaginable. I did not contact a doctor or anything. We had decided to shed about 10 pounds, and I just kept going, and at the end of the movie, I was like a snail. Jeffrey appears to have lost weight for the character he was playing. However, he was only going to lose about 10 pounds. Surprisingly, he ended up dropping almost 40 pounds by the end of it. He understands that the way he did it was unhealthy and not encouraged. However, he started and did not stop. Fans were concerned, but are relieved to learn it was only for a job. What are your thoughts? Did you notice that he was thin? Comment below. When Destination X premiered last night on primetime television, fans across the country tuned in with anticipation. The brand new reality series promised a thrilling blend of mystery, travel, and psychological intrigue, with a format unlike anything viewers had seen before. The premise was simple yet captivating. Contestants, some celebrities and others ordinary people, would be dropped into unknown locations around the globe. They would then use a mix of observational clues, deduction skills, and raw instinct to figure out where they were. Week after week, eliminations would reduce the pool until one savvy traveler remained, crowned the master of Destination X. But amid the excitement of the show's debut, something else quickly became the talk of social media: the shockingly slim figure of host Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Longtime fans of the actor, beloved for roles like John Winchester in Supernatural, Denny Duquette in Grey's Anatomy, and the fearsome Negan in The Walking Dead, were taken aback by his gaunt appearance. Hashtags like #JeffreyDeanMorgan and #IsHeOK trended on Twitter just moments after the episode aired. Viewers flooded Instagram, Reddit, and X with comments expressing concern. "He looks like he's wasting away," one user posted. "Is JDM sick? Someone check on him," another wrote. For a man known for his rugged, filled-out frame, the transformation was jarring. What followed was a swirl of speculation. Some assumed age might be catching up with the 58-year-old actor. Others theorized he had fallen ill or was going through a personal crisis. A few even wondered whether the physical change was due to some extreme method acting for a secret upcoming role. The conversation quickly shifted from the content of Destination X to the appearance of its host, casting a somber shadow over what was meant to be an exciting launch. Within hours, fan pages, entertainment blogs, and even mainstream news outlets picked up on the conversation. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's name was suddenly trending for all the wrong reasons. Then came the statement that clarified everything. In a candid interview released the following morning, Jeffrey Dean Morgan addressed the concern directly. "I appreciate that people are worried," he began, his voice sincere and weathered, echoing the stoicism he often portrays on screen. "But I want to set the record straight. I lost the weight for a role, not for this show. And yeah, I went about it in a pretty unhealthy way. According to Morgan, the transformation began months earlier when he signed on to portray a man suffering from tuberculosis consumption in an upcoming independent film. It was a gritty script, raw and haunting, he said. I knew the character needed to look like someone who was slowly dying from the inside out. That kind of sickness doesn't just show up in your eyes, it's in your bones, your skin, the way your clothes hang off you. To embody the role, Morgan initially intended to drop about 10 pounds. But as filming progressed, the weight loss spiraled far beyond the original goal. We had decided to shed about 10 pounds, he said. But I just kept going. I think I got obsessive about it. By the end of filming, I was like a snail, I could barely move. The numbers were staggering. He had arrived on set at roughly 175 pounds. When he wrapped the film weeks later, he was hovering near 130. I was eating 1 can of tuna a day. That's it. Just tuna. No sides. No sauces. No bread. No multivitamins. Nothing. I wasn't seeing a doctor or tracking anything. I just stopped eating. He laughed quietly, more out of disbelief than humor. I know it was reckless. And it's not something I'd ever recommend to anyone. But once I was in it, I didn't stop. For fans, the revelation was both alarming and relieving. On the one hand, it confirmed that Morgan wasn't sick in a conventional sense, there was no cancer diagnosis, no hidden medical emergency. On the other hand, his choice to forego medical supervision while undergoing such a drastic physical transformation raised new concerns. It highlighted a recurring issue in Hollywood, the extreme lengths actors go to for roles, and the dangers that come with unchecked weight loss. This wasn't the first time an actor had drastically altered their body for a role. Christian Bale famously lost over 60 pounds for The Machinist, subsisting on coffee and apples. Matthew McConaughey dropped over 40 pounds for his Oscar-winning performance in Dallas Buyers Club. Tom Hanks has spoken about the long-term health implications of yo-yo dieting for roles like Castaway and Philadelphia. In this tradition, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's commitment was both impressive and frightening. He was also quick to distance the transformation from his current project, Destination X. Let me be clear, Morgan said. This has nothing to do with the show. We filmed Destination X after I wrapped the movie, and I hadn't regained the weight yet. So what you're seeing is kind of a leftover version of me, post-film, pre-recovery. Despite his physical state, Morgan remained deeply committed to the show. In fact, he described Destination X as something of a lifeline during his recovery. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.